Okay, welcome back. The great people of our time. This is 3.5 tutorials. Making things happen and making maths very easy to the rest of the world. So here we go. I'm here to explain lowest common multiples, which is known as LCM. LCM, we call it lowest common multiple. Lowest common multiples. So you see this guy. Let me explain what multiples means. Multiples means just like you writing the multiplication table of a particular number. Take for instance, if I say write down the multiples of 2, we cannot finish it. Multiples of 2 start from saying like 2 times 1, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, ... We cannot finish it. So it continues from that to next 300 years. It continues. You can't finish multiples. If I say get multiples of 4 for me, multiples of 4 is just like writing the multiplication table of 4. So we have here 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, etc. Now, if I want you guys to find the common multiples of 2 and 4 for me, if I say find the common multiples of 2 and 4. So the first thing you do is to get the multiples of 2, get the multiples of 4. In these examples, they have been gotten. Now the next is to check what 2 and 4 have in common. If you check here, we have 2, we don't have 2 here. We have 4 here. You circle those guys. They have in common. We have this, we'll have this, we'll have this, we'll have this, we'll have this. So all these guys are the multiples, and it continues. So common multiples of 2 and 4 will be, common multiples are the ones we circled. We have 4, we have 8, we have 12, we have 16, we have 20, and ... which means continues. We can't finish the common multiples. Now, in a situation whereby I say, get the lowest common multiples, which is LCM, lowest. If you want to pick the lowest number here, the lowest is nothing but 4. So 4 is the LCM of 2 and LCM of 2 and 4. The LCM is 4. So that is how the whole thing is. The lowest common multiples, you have to first of all get the multiples. You get the common multiples, and from the common multiples, you pick the lowest number as the LCM. Now, let me give you guys another example how we go about this, so that you guys will not be carried away. All right, so supposing I say get or find the LCM of, I said the LCM of, so what is the LCM of 3 and 4? The question. The solution to it is, the first thing is to get the multiples of each numbers, which is 3 and 4. The multiples of 3 include 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, etc. The multiples of 4 include, we have 4 here, include 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, dot, dot, dot. It continues. Now, the next is to get the common multiples. I will call it CM. CM means common multiples. Check the numbers that appear in 3 and also in 4. We have 3 here, 3 is not here. We can't circle it. We have 6 here, 6 is not here. But here we can see 12. We can see 12 here. And that instance is 24. We can see 24 here. So when we keep on going, we'll surely find next occurrence. That's why you have to put dot, 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 which means it continues. The common multiples here, we have 12, we have comma, 12, comma, what, 24, dot, 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 it continues. The least common multiple, which is LCM, will then be the lowest number between these two guys that we see. There is no other number that we can get that will still be less than 12 here. So that number, the least, the one we are seeing at the moment, the lowest common multiple here is nothing but what? 12. 12 is the least number. Okay, so with this being said, let me still go on and on and on and give you guys another method of looking for LCM, because some students may not be happy with this. Alright, so if I say get the LCM of, actually what is the LCM of 2 and 4? If I repeat that guy, what is the LCM of 2 and 4? The first thing you do is to draw a line. You draw a line, you put the lower number, which is 2. You put the other number, which is 4. You draw another line. You draw another line to cross it. Then you look for a particular number that can divide either the two numbers. The first thing, 2 can go. 2 can divide 2, 1. 4 can be divided by 2, which is 2. You check. Another number that can go here again is also 2. You bring 2 down. When you bring 2, 1 divided by 2 cannot go. If it cannot go, return that number that cannot be divided. In this case, it is 1. 2 divided by 2 is what? 1. Anytime we have 1, 1, you stop, you underline. When you underline, you pick the one at the left. This 2 at the left is your LCM. So the LCM there becomes this 2, which is 2 multiplied by 2, to give you 4. Alright, so let me repeat the one I did the last time at. If I also give you guys this to do and deal with it accordingly, suppose I say, what is LCM of? I say, what is the LCM of 3 and 4? How do we go about it? The same thing, solution to this idiot. It becomes, we write 3, draw a line, we put down 4, we draw another line, we cross. You look for a number that can divide either of what? These two numbers. When we put 2 here, 3 divided by 2. It cannot go, we bring it down. If it cannot go, bring it down. 4 divided by 2. It can go, it will give you 2. You try again, which number can divide either of the two numbers? 2 can divide this. So we bring down 2. 3 divided by 2, it cannot go, you bring it down. 2 divided by 2, it can go, it gives you 1. You check, which number again can go? 3 can go. 3 divided by itself will give you 1. 1 divided by 3, it cannot go, you bring it down. When you bring it down, we have 1, 1. The moment you have 1, 1, you stop. You take this guy, circle them, they become what? Your LCM. So LCM here will be nothing but 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. 2 times 2 is 4, and this 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. Alright, so this is just the answer to this. LCM stands for lowest common multiples. So if you don't use the previous method I used, you can use this method to help yourself. Okay, let me also push it hard to make it look more challenging. So let's say if I give you to find the LCM of 12 and let's say 18. Oh, this one's gonna be tough. Okay, let's say 16 anyway, forgive me. So the solution to this would then be, you just write the smaller number first, you put down this. Even if you start with bigger number, it doesn't matter. I just want to be organized. So we have this, we have written the two numbers. Then you ask yourself, what number can divide 12 and still divide 16? The number is, there. Though it's not a must, so long as that number can divide either of the two numbers, we are good to go. 12 divided by 2 will give us 6. 16 divided by 2 can give us what? 8. Now, you look again, what number can divide these two new set of numbers? 6 can be divided by something we know. That number is 2. 6 divided by 2 will give us 3. 8 divided by 2 will give us 4. You check. What number can divide either of these two numbers? 2 can divide 4, but you cannot divide 3. Bring it down. Here now we have 3 divided by 2. It cannot go. We bring it down. 4 divided by 2, it can go. It is 4. It is 2, forgive me. You also check between 3 and 2, which number can divide either of these two numbers. 2 can go. 3 divided by 2 cannot go. We bring it down. 2 divided by 2 can go. We have 1. Then we have between 3 and 1, which number can divide either of these two numbers. 3 can go. 3 into 3, we give you 1. 1 into 3 cannot go. We bring it down. We now have 1, 1, we cross. Then we take this. When you cross, you stop dividing. You go over here to label. You pick everything here. They become your LCM. Our LCM will be this times this times this times this times this. We have these 2. Multiply by 2. Multiply by 2. Multiply by 2. Multiply by 3. 2 times 2 is 4. This 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. This 8 multiplied by 2 is 16. This 16 here multiplied by 3 is nothing but 48. So the LCM from here to United States is nothing but what? 48. There is no big deal with mathematics. There is absolutely no big deal. So let me give you guys another example that has to do with 3 numbers when you're looking for LCM of 3 numbers. So do not panic, because at times you'll be given questions that has to do with this and you may not really know how to go about it. So we have this. Let's say if I give you guys to find the LCM of 8, 16, and 20. So the solution to this, let's see how this one goes. You just draw and put your 8, draw another line and put your 16, draw another line and put your 20. You cross it. What number can divide either of these 3 numbers? 2 can go. 2 here, we have 4, we have 8, we have 10. 2 can go again. We have 2, we have 4, we have 5. 2 can still go. We have 1, we have 2, we have 5. We have 2 cannot divide 5, so we bring it down. So we write this guy like this. You check between 1, within these 3 numbers, you check, ask yourself the number that can divide either of these 3 numbers. So we find out that 2 can go, but 1 can be divided by 2, we bring it down. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 5 divided by 2 cannot go, we write down 5. So these 3 numbers, you ask yourself, what number can really divide? That can divide either of these 3 numbers. 5 can go. 1 divided by 5 cannot go, we bring it down. 1 divided by 5 cannot go, we bring it down. 5 divided by 5 is 1, we circle and pick this as our LCM. Our LCM then becomes these 2 multiplied by these 2 multiplied by these 2 multiplied by these 2 multiplied by 5. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 5 is, I guess, is 80. So this is how the whole thing is. Do not panic for what's sake. There is no big deal with regards to what we have on board. Please do subscribe to my channels and please, so that you encourage me to post more video on a daily basis.